Is the secret to eliminating mucus buildup in my lungs and breathing easy again baking soda, VapoRub, or apple cider vinegar? And does it really matter? Yes. Now this is going to shock you. But if you struggled with sputum, breathlessness, constant coughing, low energy, and mucus so thick it feels like it's permanent, then you need to know there's one easy fix for all these lung issues. And in this short presentation, I'll show you how to clear this sticky, thick mucus and end your respiratory problems for good. So make sure you stick around till the end of this free video. See, most people blame lung problems on smoking, genetics, or age, but shortness of breath, asthma, bronchitis, or COPD are actually the result of something I compare to lung spiders, and I can just about guarantee they're lurking in your lungs right now. Let me explain. Hello, I'm Elizabeth Moffitt, and as the #1 rated respiratory health expert in Kentucky and the entire southern United States, I'm here to explain the actual root cause of lung and breathing problems. And trust me, it's not what you've been led to believe. Truth is, you've been lied to. That's why I made it my mission to teach the world how to quickly and easily clear their airways of excess mucus and breathe easy again. And the medications, inhalers, and oxygen tanks your doctors have prescribed will never touch the root cause behind your lung struggles. As you're about to see, they often make things worse. I'll show you how the root cause of lung problems is actually trapped mucus that's blocking your airways, turning your airways into a traffic jam, and turning every breath into a struggle. Now, it's no secret your lungs are your #1 most important organ. And when you struggle to breathe, it's robbing every single cell of life-giving oxygen. That's why debilitating fatigue and low energy quickly follow. Then comes joint pain, muscle stiffness, headaches, forgetfulness, and weight gain. Even premature wrinkles, sleeplessness, and muscle loss start showing up. It's no wonder that when you have lung problems, you're also more likely to struggle with anxiety, stress, and also depression. People aren't aware of how quickly these symptoms start stacking up when you can't get all the oxygen you need. Before you know it, your doctor is giving you a laundry list of bad news. High blood pressure, heart disease, frequent battles with pneumonia and bronchitis, and elevated risk of arrhythmia, heart attack, and stroke, filling you and your family with fear, dread, and worry. Truth is, if you can't fully clear your lungs of all that trapped mucus, your entire health is hanging by a thread. And that's not to mention the desperate agony you experience every single day from shortness of breath, or the debilitating coughing fits and uncontrollable wheezing that draws unwanted attention to yourself, making you feel like a walking contagion, especially after living through the pandemic. Then there's the piercing tightness in your chest that feels like a boa constrictor is squeezing all the air out of your lungs, adding bucket loads of stress to every waking moment. Your nervous system feels triggered into fight or flight mode all day long, forcing you into a constant state of panic, frazzled and fearful that you'll never have an easy, full breath ever again, robbing you of any sense of pride or independence, forcing you into a smaller and smaller box until you feel like you're less than half a person and questioning if life is even worth living. You find yourself gasping for breath walking up a single flight of stairs, and all those fun family activities with your kids or grandkids get the axe, just like those hobbies you had to cut, like tennis, hiking, gardening, or playing with those adorable children in your life. Then there's the random breathing scare that can turn into a full-fledged panic attack, where you're gulping for air like a fish out of water as you choke on the thick, trapped mucus lodged in your airways, seeing white flashes as your vision tunnels and starts to fade to black, to the point where you're on a knife's edge of passing out, desperately stumbling to find a place to sit down and catch your breath, praying to God in heaven that you don't fall and hit your head or break a hip, all while you keep telling yourself to stay calm in the attempt to manage your terror. And you pray that it never happens while you're driving your kids to school or taking your grandkids for ice cream. Then, once you recover, you try to convince yourself that you can't let fear stop you from living until it happens all over again. When you constantly battle excess mucus and breathing difficulties, it can feel like you're constantly fighting for your very life. My friend, we both know this is no way to live. And this, right here, right now, is your wake-up call. Because if you don't have a fast, effective, and reliable mucus clearing routine, it can turn deadly in a heartbeat. Deep down, you know something has to change. And it's usually when people get desperate like this that they finally walk into my clinic. But the sad truth is that the medical establishment still believes that problems with mucus buildup are due to bad genes, smoking, or age. Obviously, these can be contributing factors. But here's the truth. If you struggle with your breathing because of age, smoking, asthma, COPD, viruses, or frequent infections. The underlying root cause is a common toxin that acts like a lung spider, spinning webs of painful and restrictive trapped mucus in your airways, which makes it feel impossible to fully clear your lungs and breathe freely again. As you're about to see for yourself, this is more prevalent here in the US than anywhere else in the world, and it's the #1 reason why you might feel like you have a lifetime sentence of lung problems, and why common colds, the occasional flu, or an infection can make you feel like you're on death row. Maybe you have that one friend who's smoked like a chimney for decades, yet has 0 lung problems or breathing complications. But here you are, burdened with all that excess mucus, racked with constant coughing and wheezing, not to mention the struggle to catch your breath, even though you've never smoked a day in your life. If you've wondered, why me? You're about to discover the real reason why. See, if you've suffered with lung problems for any length of time, then I'm sure you're looking for fast relief. That's why I'll show you how to use my 7-second mucus melting ritual, so you can quickly clear your lungs and take full, deep, easy breaths again. It's now gone viral on social media. Now, you'll never hear about this from your doctor because it runs contrary to the mainstream narrative about lung health. Yet the results speak for themselves.
It is just amazing. I don't feel as congested. I don't feel that pressing heaviness on my lungs as much. And so, of course, I can breathe better. And if I can breathe better, I feel better and I have more energy and I'm up out of that chair and I'm enjoying life.
I feel so much better. My airways are clear. My lungs aren't congested anymore. I can go about my daily life. I can live with my animals, with my dog, with my cat. I can do my daily chores like laundry, washing the dishes, making the beds without being all stuffy and congested. Thumbs up.
So I was struggling with a lot of phlegm, coughing, wheezing even, so it was really problematic in terms of doing anything physical. But now I can play with the grandkids, I can garden all day, hit the gym later. It's wonderful.
I've watched thousands of men and women just like you use this fast, simple ritual to clear away their trapped mucus. And once you know about this simple ritual, you can join them. Your lung problems can disappear fast, which is why most people report seeing a dramatic improvement in 3 to 4 days. So make sure you shut off all distractions right now and watch this video all the way through. This simple 7-second mucus melting ritual will free you from dangerous lung issues for good. Imagine never stopping to catch your breath on a short walk through the grocery store or a trip to the mall. Imagine saying goodbye to those paralyzing coughing fits that leave you desperate for breath and scared for your life. Picture sleeping like a baby all through the night and never waking up from a dead sleep, gasping for breath as trapped mucus chokes your airways. You'll wake up energized and with a pep in your step. You'll get to enjoy all this without the hassle and dangerous side effects of steroids, mucus suppressants, or oxygen tanks. Your oxygen levels can hit 95% or above and never dip again. You'll be taking full, deep breaths, enjoying clean, fresh air as oxygen nourishes every cell in your body. You'll look and feel younger with fewer wrinkles. Your sex drive will come roaring back. Your independence will fill you with pride again as you find strength and stamina returning to your body. So you won't have to rely on others for the simplest tasks, like taking out the trash, doing your grocery shopping, or walking to the mailbox. You'll be running and playing with your kids or grandkids to your heart's content. You'll finally be enjoying the joyful, activity-filled life you've longed for as you completely rid your lungs of all that ugly, toxic, trapped mucus. You can finally feel all the benefits of fully clearing your lungs from mucus buildup and gunk. All this is possible once you have the 7-second mucus melting ritual I'll be revealing inside this free video. So make sure you watch this short presentation all the way to the end. And look, I get it if you're feeling a little skeptical right now. I'm sure you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. But I guarantee this isn't like anything you've seen before, and I would never risk my reputation on something that wasn't scientifically proven and powerfully effective. You can start using this powerful 7-second mucus melting ritual right away to fully clear your lungs and start living again. So, like I mentioned before, my name is Elizabeth Moffat. I've written 3 Amazon bestsellers on conquering COPD, breathing better, and lung recovery during the pandemic. Plus, I've gone viral on social media more than a few times with my videos about vaping. It was 21 years ago that I founded my respiratory clinic here in Kentucky. It's become the most respected clinic in all the southern United States. Some of my peers have nicknamed me the Queen of Lung Health. That's because even though we're located in a smaller rural town, our clinic has become a magnet for big city patients. That's because we solve lung problems others can't. I'm proud to say that 30% of our caseload is charity work for folks without health insurance. Growing up, I was always driven to be the best, but all this took on new meaning for me during the pandemic. I wasn't merely treating patients at the hospital. I was treating neighbors and friends. But there's one patient that both haunts me and inspires me to this day. Cynthia was a single mom with COPD. Our daughters were friends at school. After she tested positive, she had trouble getting help to watch her kids. This delayed her making it to the hospital. In spite of our best efforts, Cynthia never made it home to her family. Those lung spiders had already weakened her lungs, and by the time the virus attacked her lungs with a vengeance, her body was too weak to fight it off. Cynthia's children not only lost their mom, but they had to move to another state to live with relatives. They felt so lost and alone, and my daughter and I were devastated. We cried for days. Now, I'll give you the lowdown on those lung spiders in just a minute, because my research concludes they're lurking in your lungs right now. But that's the number one reason I recommitted all my energy to helping people solve their lung problems so they can take back control of their lives and truly be there for their loved ones. Can you relate to worrying about being there for your loved ones too? You see, based on my decades of experience solving the most challenging lung problems, I now have people flying in from all across the U.S. to help solve complicated respiratory mysteries. Cases that made others throw up their hands and say, "You'll just have to live with this from now on." Well, that's my bread and butter. For over 20 years, my specialty is focused on identifying how airborne particles, toxins, and pathogens cause common respiratory illnesses, from smoking and pollution to the heating and air systems in our homes and offices, from household hygiene and cleaning products to the foods we eat. As you'll see in a moment, the modern world we live in has more lung illness triggers than ever before. That's why the most powerful gift I have to offer the world is to show people how they can prevent those toxins from causing lung illnesses in the first place, and then to reverse any damage that's been done. As you're about to see, when I finally uncovered the root cause of nearly all lung problems in America, well, I had to pick my jaw up off the floor, because it's not what we've been told by modern medicine. But it's also why, if you struggle with mucus buildup or shortness of breath, you should have very real hope that you will be able to breathe freely once again, because you're just days away from mucus-free lungs. Here's the truth. If you suffer from chronic bronchitis, lifelong asthma, COPD, long COVID, or just about any other lung issue, and it's left you at the mercy of mucus buildup, powerless to breathe easy, what I discovered is that there's just one toxin behind almost every lung problem, especially if you suffer from conditions that never seem to improve. And yes, that even includes complications from smoking. Now, all this might sound nerve-wracking, but the amazing news is that once you flush this toxin out of your lungs, you can also clear out all that trapped mucus so fast that you'll forget you ever had a lung problem and trouble breathing. It's typical that by the time I see someone in my clinic, it's because they're out of options. They've run the gamut of multiple doctors, pulmonologists, and respiratory therapists, but nothing has made them feel any better. Home remedies, steroids, antibiotics, inhalers, oxygen tanks, nebulizers, even months of respiratory therapy, and absolutely nothing worked until they got to me and started using the 7-second mucus melting ritual you're about to discover. Can you relate to trusting the medical system, but feeling disappointed and let down? Once I started sharing this simple ritual, it started to go viral because of how it was transforming the lives of people the medical system had given up on. Since then, I've had new patients streaming into my clinic from all over the country, and it's all because of my passion to focus on one single question. Why are more Americans than ever falling victim to trapped mucus, powerless to breathe deeply the way nature intended? In just a minute, I'll show you this simple but powerful 7-second mucus melting ritual. You won't need any decongestants, syrups, pills, special equipment, or complicated exercises. And it has nothing to do with inhalers. You can do it from the comfort of your own home, quickly and easily clearing old trapped mucus from your lungs and start breathing easy again. So if you want a powerful, effective, natural, and safe solution to your lung problems, then this is the breakthrough you've been praying for. Because until now, if you've had repeated respiratory problems, you've probably tried everything under the sun to find relief. People will post on social media about miraculous home remedies like apple cider vinegar, baking soda, cinnamon, essential oils, or honey. But the truth is this: nothing you eat or drink or smell will ever address the root cause of trapped mucus and clogged airways. Sadly, the medical system doesn't do much better. They may relieve symptoms, but they can never solve the underlying problem, which is why I call them failed solutions. The first failed solution is over-the-counter mucus-thinning drugs. While they may temporarily relieve congestion, they do nothing for the underlying mucus overproduction choking your airways. Drugs like Mucinex contain the harsh chemical guaifenesin that can severely irritate your stomach lining. It also causes intense nausea and disrupts digestion. Overuse can also cause rebound congestion, causing your body to panic and produce even more mucus, leaving you unable to breathe at all. You'd have to take pill after pill just to get minimal relief, while side effects continue piling up over time. In a moment, I'll show you how to naturally thin out and sweep away excess mucus with my 7-second mucus melting morning ritual. The next failed solution is bronchodilators and inhalers. While they may provide some short-term wheezing and coughing relief, but according to research from the Mayo Clinic, the potent stimulant drugs they contain, like albuterol, spike your heart rate and blood pressure, increase nervousness and shakiness. Plus, you can suffer more headaches, throat or nasal irritation, and muscle aches. More disturbing side effects include a rapid heart rate called tachycardia, crushing chest pain, or feelings of fluttering or a pounding heart called palpitations, which open the door to other, more serious health problems. Even when used properly, these medications do absolutely nothing to address the root cause of trapped mucus, unlike the all-natural 7-second mucus melting ritual. Then there's the failed solution of oral steroids like prednisone. Doctors love to prescribe these steroids. That's because they often temporarily reduce inflammation and ease the swelling in your lungs. But they also ruthlessly suppress your immune system, leaving you prone to illness, infection, and disease. Research from the Cleveland Clinic found that users report alarming side effects like developing brittle, fracture-prone bones, wild blood sugar spikes and crashes, rapid weight gain, severe depression, and nights of sleepless insomnia. Plus, like so many other treatments, steroids fail to resolve the underlying root cause of excess mucus. But all too often, patients become dependent on the feeling of symptom relief, all while a problem of trapped mucus gets worse and worse. Finally, I've seen some doctors even suggest traumatic lung transplants. Yet these highly invasive surgeries carry grave, life-threatening dangers. You'd wait months, slowly suffocating on the donor list before a suitable match was found. Then, 1 in 5 patients die during or shortly after their procedure. After the transplant, you need immunosuppressants that commonly lead to kidney failure and fatal infections. Even if you beat the odds and survive, the average remaining lifespan is only 5 years. And this is all in addition to the tremendous financial burden, with costs often exceeding $1 million when all is said and done, leaving you bankrupt, still struggling to breathe, and with dramatic new health complications. So, you might be wondering, if the standard treatments do nothing to bring about lasting relief, then what is the solution? That's the exact question that's been driving me for the past 4 years. As you probably know, the number of people with lung problems has skyrocketed since the pandemic. Lung problems are now the 4th largest cause of death in the U.S. I can still see Cynthia's sobbing children in my mind's eye. I can still feel that awful pit in my stomach, and it's been driving me for years. It's why, more than anything, I've been on a mission to find a solution that's effective, permanent, and completely free of side effects. I knew there had to be a way to solve the root cause of why so many people are suffering with trapped mucus that's making it impossible to breathe. So the key to solving this problem starts with a basic understanding of lung function, along with the air around you. Most people don't give a second thought to what's actually in the air we breathe. And even though I'm a top 1% expert in lung function, it wasn't until I started specializing in external respiratory respiratory factors that I started investigating this on a deep level. And to help you better understand what I discovered, let's take a look at how your lungs actually work. So your lungs are like two spongy sacs made up of airways and tiny air sacs called alveoli. Every breath you take sends oxygen through the alveoli and into your bloodstream. Your blood then takes that oxygen and delivers it to your brain, your heart, your muscles, and every other part of your body. That's how oxygen literally gives you life and fuels your entire body. But the air you breathe doesn't just contain oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide. Unfortunately, you're also breathing other particles like dust, pollution, pathogens, toxins, viruses, and bacteria. And this is where mucus comes to your rescue. A thin layer of mucus lines your entire respiratory system. In fact, your body produces over 1 pound of mucus every day, and its entire purpose is to trap and eliminate all those dangerous particles, keeping your lungs clean, clear, and healthy. Now, here's the important part. I want you to remember this. I want you to think of butter when it comes to the consistency of mucus in your lungs. Healthy mucus should be the consistency of melted butter, thick enough to trap and hold pathogens, dust, and bacteria, yet thin enough to easily carry them out of your body. Now, here's where it gets interesting. New research in the American Journal of Respiratory Cell and Molecular Biology just identified what actually grabs those toxins inside your mucus. They're called neutrophil extracellular traps, or mucus nets for short. Here's what they look like under a microscope. See how mucus nets look like sticky spider webs? That's so they can grab the toxins and carry them out of your body before it has a chance to harm. This is how your lungs are meant to function to keep you healthy. But this is exactly where the problem starts. See, there's one specific toxin that sabotages this entire process. This toxin creates a shocking chemical reaction inside your lungs, causing an overproduction of these mucus net spider webs, which sets off a cascade of dysfunction inside your respiratory system. When this overproduction of mucus nets starts happening in your airways, they start piling up on each other, similar to a massive multi-car accident. So instead of mucus getting removed from the body, it gets trapped behind this massive traffic jam of mucus nets inside your airways. Researchers the world over now call this trapped mucus. Now, remember how I told you that healthy mucus should be the consistency of melted butter? Well, when these mucus nets start creating a traffic jam, trapped mucus starts hardening up, getting thicker and thicker by the minute, until it becomes the consistency of cold, thick, refrigerated butter. This thick mucus stays trapped in your airways until it becomes virtually impossible for your body to clear naturally. This narrows your airways, restricting the ability of oxygen to reach your bloodstream like it's supposed to, which is why trapped mucus leads to breathing problems. Then, the longer this hard, trapped mucus stays in your airways, the more mucus gets trapped every single day. Your airways get narrower and narrower until it feels like the walls are closing in on you, forcing you to feel like you're breathing through a cocktail straw. That's scary enough as it is, right? But it gets even more terrifying when you get an infection, cold, or the flu. Your body starts producing even more mucus nets to help deal with the crisis. This ends up adding to this traffic jam in your lungs. And get this, that trapped mucus is still holding all those pathogens, allergens, bacteria, and toxins. And if you don't have an effective daily mucus clearing routine, it all just sits there and festers. This is why you've become so prone to infections, but it's also why trapped mucus can turn deadly fast. Left untreated, pneumonia, chronic bronchitis, and lung collapse are just around the corner. But the good news is, you're about to discover how my 7-second mucus melting ritual works like gangbusters on healing mucus nets and melting trapped mucus, helping you get out of that ugly cycle of troubled breathing, constant mucus, wheezing, and painful coughing. Not to mention the frequent infections, doctor visits, steroids, and antibiotics. All that can finally be a thing of the past. I think we can agree that you've suffered long enough. With this 7-second mucus melting ritual, you'll finally be able to fully clear your lungs and breathe easy again. You can start living the life you want to be living. So, after treating thousands of patients at my clinic, I uncovered a shocking truth. There's a sinister toxin lurking in our daily lives that's at the core of this epidemic, and it's 10 times more dangerous than smoking. This hidden menace is triggering this rampant overproduction of mucus in our lungs, creating a mucus net pileup in your lungs that's wreaking havoc, even in people who have never touched a cigarette. Truth is, not long ago, this toxin didn't even exist, but modern life has introduced this toxin into our daily lives by the truckload. And I hate to break it to you, but it's everywhere. As you'll see, you truly can't escape it. This toxin is called catalytic carbon, and it's produced by the incomplete burning of coal, gas, diesel, tar, plant, or vegetable matter. Catalytic carbon began during the Industrial Revolution. Factories and machines required the burning of fuels to produce power. Back then, they called it soot. Then they labeled it smog in the early 20th century. But it's oh so much more complicated and dangerous than just soot or smog. Think about how many different substances are burned to fuel modern life. The combination of all those emissions has created the toxic soup of catalytic carbon we're all breathing today. In spite of all our efforts to reduce emissions, research shows that catalytic carbon levels have skyrocketed over the last 50 years. That means that every breath you take includes a ton of catalytic carbon. And here's the problem. Your mucus nets weren't designed to deal with this avalanche of catalytic carbon, and it creates a chemical reaction that causes mucus net production to malfunction and go into overdrive. Instead of flowing out of your lungs, the excess mucus nets trap more and more mucus inside your lungs. Every day, week, month, and year, it just gets worse and worse as we breathe more and more catalytic carbon, adding every day to the trapped mucus. Then your body starts to work overtime trying to cough it out. But once you're dealing with hardened lung butter, it's just not going to budge. This leads to lung tissue inflammation and even more difficulty breathing, all while you struggle to keep your oxygen levels above 95%. Now, you might think that just staying inside would be safer. But according to the Mayo Clinic, if you spend 3 or more hours indoors each day, you're actually more likely to develop trapped mucus, leading to an increased occurrence of asthma, COPD, wheezing, coughing, and other lung problems. Most people are shocked that indoor air is actually more polluted than outdoor air. Researchers also prove that catalytic carbon is what's behind the skyrocketing occurrences of increased asthma attacks, spiking COPD symptoms, respiratory diseases, and acute and chronic bronchitis. Not to mention increased hospital and emergency room visits, making lung complications the number 4 killer in the U.S. Now, when I saw this research, it made so much sense, but honestly, part of it confused me. See, I'd expect people in highly polluted cities like Los Angeles, Denver, or Houston to struggle with trapped mucus, but I was seeing the same problems here in rural Kentucky. And according to the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, we have some of the least polluted air in the country. But in some cases, I found symptoms were worse here, not better. It just wasn't adding up. You'd expect big cities to be exposed to more pollution and toxins, but could catalytic carbon really be impacting everyone, everywhere? I was completely shocked to find that the answer is yes. Take a look at this map. Toxic pollution from catalytic carbon is basically everywhere. According to the EPA, in spite of a nationwide effort to reduce emissions, 99% of Americans are exposed to catalytic carbon every single day, which is the equivalent of smoking 100 cigarettes a day. So if you're already suffering from asthma, COPD, recurring bronchitis, or long COVID, catalytic carbon is making your lung problems 10 times worse because of how it's forcing an overproduction of mucus nets, creating a traffic jam in your lungs, trapping more and more mucus until it hardens into cold, hard lung butter. This is the number one reason you feel like you're breathing through a cocktail straw. Once I had this final piece to the puzzle, I finally understood why all those standard solutions like decongestants, steroids, syrups, humidifiers, oxygen therapy, inhalers, and rehab fall so short. They can't protect your lungs from the underlying culprit, catalytic carbon, and they do nothing to help heal mucus nets, which means they're powerless to help clear the trapped mucus, which we now know is the root cause of respiratory problems. Now, defining the problem is more than half the battle, and it was a great start, but my work was far from finished. I had to find a solution to the problem. There were thousands of Cynthias out there struggling with trapped mucus. I couldn't allow millions of people to continue to suffer, and millions more get sick each day. So I doubled down on my research into what can heal mucus net overproduction and how to melt the trapped mucus so it flows out of your lungs instead of becoming a traffic jam inside your lungs. Here's what I discovered. There's ultimately only one way to heal mucus net overproduction and melt away trapped mucus. And unlike the traditional medical establishment's focus on symptoms, where they prescribe medications, antibiotics, inhalers, and steroids, this one single solution is something you can do in the comfort of your own home and wipe out the problem right at the source. I could hardly believe my eyes when I saw it. It was a monumental discovery. This is the one discovery that could bring sweet relief to potentially millions of Americans, all without expensive treatments, endless appointments, and medical bills stacking up on the kitchen counter. It'll also save you a visit to my clinic clinic here in Kentucky. You are mere minutes away from finally erasing this nightmare from your life. Finally putting an end to the uncontrollable mucus, sputum, and infections. Not to mention the coughing, hacking, and wheezing that makes simple tasks feel like you're fighting for your life. You'll never have to feel like you're breathing through a straw again. You'll never have to stop to catch your breath when you're mere steps away from your car. You're moments away from being able to fully clear your lungs and take in the most blissfully easy breaths of your life without a touch of pain, discomfort, tightness, stinging, or restriction. Now, you probably already know how there are thousands and thousands of so-called lung health ingredients out there. The problem is, most of them have little or no clinical research behind them, and none of them do anything whatsoever to clear trapped mucus and protect against catalytic carbon. How could they when the air we breathe is so toxic it's like being a chain smoker, according to the EPA? I reviewed thousands of potential ingredients and compounds without any luck. I started to get discouraged. I was finding nothing that was both scientific and effective. Then, on a hunch, I started exploring remedies used by ancient healers in native cultures, and that's when I found exactly what I was looking for. Powerful natural ingredients that have a deep history of effectiveness as a mucus clearing routine, but now also have the modern scientific proof that they can melt trapped mucus and flush it out, even for folks who've been suffering for years, even for folks who have smoked for decades, even for folks with a serious lung diagnosis. So let's get to those right now. The first ingredient on my list is called mullein. Now, if you've heard of mullein, you may know how powerful it is, but I'll be the first to tell you that its therapeutic value is often overlooked, if not ignored. Here's the thing. Mullein is a medicinal herb with roots dating back to ancient times. It's been used for centuries for its potent respiratory healing properties in cultures worldwide. It's been studied by health experts and scientists around the globe. Yet, in the modern world, it's often hidden from us. Why? Because just like other powerfully effective natural ingredients, since Big Pharma can't patent them, they can't profit from them. As a respiratory therapist, I know how eager Big Pharma is to keep us reliant on their drugs. And because many of these natural remedies are more effective and much safer, these giant corporations will do anything to suppress them. In fact, have you noticed just how much national advertising is from Big Pharma pushing their synthetic drugs? They have to keep their gravy train rolling. On the other hand, mullein works directly on your lungs to melt away trapped mucus that's clogging your airways. This means you'll say goodbye to uncomfortable wheezing, chest tightness, and excessive coughing, and bid farewell to the constant fear of respiratory infections, leaving you with clear airways that make you feel confident and healthy again. And unlike steroids, which are massively overprescribed by doctors and typically do more harm than good, mullein clears away trapped mucus without harming any of the healthy cells in your lungs. In fact, studies have actually shown that mullein boosts and strengthens your lung health. In 2022, researchers at the Cleveland Clinic described mullein as an effective expectorant and praised its ability to clear mucus from the lungs. In a groundbreaking study from the Cleveland Clinic, mullein was shown to not only eliminate excessive mucus inside the lungs, but it was also shown to boost lung health. And that's not all mullein can do. A recent study published in the scientific journal MPDI demonstrated that it can also reduce inflammation, another primary cause of chronic breathing problems. The more I looked into the benefits of mullein, the more I knew what a blessing it could be for my patients. And that's just the first ingredient on my list. The next remarkable ingredient I discovered was none other than the age-old respiratory remedy, peppermint. Peppermint is much more than a popular flavor for candy canes or chewing gum. This powerful lung-healing herb is backed by a multitude of scientific studies. One study published by Food Research International demonstrated that peppermint provides a powerful boost to respiratory health. That's because it helps cut back on mucus production, along with ramping up your immune response. Peppermint is truly a breath of fresh air for your lungs, helping melt away mucus overload and open up your airways. But that's not all. Another study published in the Journal of Immunology Research discovered a unique lung-boosting compound inside this peppermint powerhouse plant. This rare compound has potent anti-inflammatory abilities, which helps prevent the inflammation behind chronic lung troubles, enabling you to take full, deep breaths again without all that excess trapped mucus. mucus, along with that tight, congested feeling in your chest, all thanks to peppermint's proven power to reduce excess lung mucus and inflammation. Then I came across some research on ginger root, and it made my jaw drop. I knew this powerful superfood had been used for centuries in many Eastern medicinal traditions. It's a proven powerhouse that helps digestion, boosts heart health, and supports the immune system. But then Columbia University Medical Center published some groundbreaking research that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Researchers proved that ginger root acts like a power washer that blasts away hardened, trapped mucus in your airways. In this jaw-dropping study, Columbia University researchers took 92 people with moderate to severe breathing difficulties. Half received a therapeutic dose of ginger. The other half received a placebo. After 2 months, the participants who had received the therapeutic dose of ginger had 200% less chest tightness, coughing, mucus, and wheezing. 200%! That's a crazy exciting result, especially for such a short period of time. Can you guess the reason why? That's right. According to the study, ginger root specifically goes to work melting down trapped mucus. Then it helps rapidly clear it from your airways, like it's washing it away in a fast-moving river. Plus, ginger has a whole host of other benefits, including nausea relief, weight loss assistance, lower blood sugar levels, and reduced inflammation. That's why it was a no-brainer for me to include in this mucus-melting ritual. That's when I saw some exciting research about thyme leaf extract's lung benefits. Maybe, like me, you thought thyme was just a kitchen spice. Then I saw a massive multidisciplinary study come out of Italy. They proved that thyme has a powerful anti-inflammatory effect, especially on the lungs. Researchers concluded that thyme was one of the most powerful compounds on Earth in reducing inflammation in the lungs. But it's also powerfully effective in reducing mucus buildup inside the airways, right where the problem of trapped mucus starts. But that's not all. See, inside your airways, there are tiny muscles that sometimes get too tight, making it hard for air to move in and out, and making it more difficult for mucus to exit. Thyme helps these muscles relax. That way your airways can open up and trapped mucus can get eliminated more quickly from the body, and making it easier to breathe deep, full breaths, which is why it was a no-brainer for me to add it to my list. The next lung-clearing ingredient I found was lemon peel extract. This ingredient was a fast and easy yes when I saw the research. That's because it's packed with powerful respiratory-specific antioxidants. A groundbreaking study published in the Journal of Food and Function revealed that lemon peel helps protect lungs against damage from catalytic carbon. That's because lemon peel's antioxidants have been proven to directly help melt trapped mucus and improve breathing and lung function, especially for people with COPD, asthma, allergies, and trapped mucus. When it's combined with the other respiratory super nutrients I just mentioned, you can enjoy near instant relief from excess mucus, coughing, wheezing, and the breathlessness that comes with it. Now, let me share the final lung healing nutrient on my list, Manuka honey. Now, just to be clear, this isn't your typical supermarket honey. Manuka honey originates from New Zealand, where bees pollinate the native Manuka bush. What makes it so unique? Well, research has shown that Manuka honey helps to treat lung infections, and its potent antibacterial properties help to melt away trapped mucus and fully clear your lungs, making it a lot easier for you to breathe. After looking at all the research, I knew all these specific ingredients, when combined, formed the foundation of a natural and powerful protocol to reduce the overproduction of trapped mucus and help people breathe easy again. This is the groundbreaking mucus melting ritual that clears out the trapped mucus clogging up your airways, helps lower inflammation, and gets you back to living the life you want, need, and deserve. Once I uncovered these powerful natural ingredients and compounds, I knew my next task was to combine them in a highly effective formulation. It had to be simple and easy for everyone. It had to combine them in a way that would completely change the game for anyone with excess mucus so they could get healthy again fast. As I dove in, it became obvious that this would take months and months of research and development. I knew I couldn't abandon the patients I see at my clinic, so I knew I'd need to find a manufacturing partner with standards to match mine. After a lengthy vetting process, I finally found a partner that's the leading manufacturer in creating research-backed lung health formulations. Together, we're on a mission to help 1 million Americans quickly and easily restore their lung health and make breathing easy again. Now, so many companies out there will cut corners to pad their profits. They'll use cheap and polluted ingredients. Sadly, independent testing has revealed that 93% of supplements don't actually actually contain the ingredients claimed on the label. That's why I insisted on a company that uses independent third-party testing to guarantee purity and potency. It's an expensive and time-consuming process, but I insisted on it because you deserve that kind of peace of mind. Introducing Breathe. This breakthrough formula is designed to combat the damage of catalytic carbon, melt away trapped mucus for good, and restore clear, deep, easy breaths. It's formulated as a tincture for maximum absorption and potency. So all you have to do is take 1 or 2 droppers in the morning, and you'll be amazed as the transformation begins. Just a few days into your transformation, you'll notice and feel the difference as your lungs quickly begin to heal from years of catalytic carbon damage. Your respiratory problems will soon be a distant memory. Imagine how great it will feel to be able to fully clear your lungs. Imagine how amazing it will be not to struggle with all that excess mucus. Imagine how great it will be to not wheeze, cough, or struggle to catch your breath. This mucus melting ritual will help your body expel years of trapped mucus. Just imagine going back to when things were normal, when daily activities like walking to your car or the mailbox didn't involve choking on trapped mucus. Imagine going back to the hobbies you love but have abandoned, like hiking, gardening, golf, or tennis. This is possible because we only use the highest quality, ethically sourced ingredients. Then they're rigorously tested by an independent third party to confirm purity and potency. Each batch is produced in a Tier 1 FDA-inspected facility here in the U.S. to ensure the highest quality. So it's little surprise we keep selling out. It should come as no surprise that Breathe is flying off the shelves. In the last 6 months, 63,976 people have found amazing relief through this breakthrough formulation. Thousands of men and women who felt imprisoned by shortness of breath, coughing, and wheezing now feel 100% free from the years of suffering and frustration. They're finally experiencing the freedom and bliss of breathing easy again. Plus, they're sharing this breakthrough with everyone they know. That's making it more difficult than ever to keep Breathe in stock. That's why you should secure as much as you can right now. How demoralizing would it be to finally start experiencing relief only to have it come to a screeching halt simply because we ran out of stock? Your lungs would go back to the way things were, and your struggles and frustrations would all come roaring back. The research is clear. For best and longest lasting results, you should use Breathe daily for a minimum of 180 days. This gives Breathe the necessary time to heal the mucus nets attacking your lungs. Plus, it makes sure they never come back. Now close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself taking a nice, full breath of fresh air with no coughs, no constriction, and no struggle. Imagine that deep, easy breath becoming your new normal. Gone are the days of struggle and frustration. Imagine finally feeling like yourself again, picking up those hobbies that you've had to drop. Maybe it's hiking, gardening, or tennis. Or how about chasing your cute kids or grandkids around the backyard without feeling like it'll cost you a trip to the ER. Imagine having more than enough oxygen flowing into your lungs, nourishing your entire body. The natural ingredients inside Breathe are going to help transform organ function, cell function, and even brain function. Your entire body is going to feel younger and more energetic. That means there won't be a single aspect of your health that won't experience a dramatic transformation. Just take 1 to 2 droppers a day. Not only will you experience the relief you've been craving, but you'll also save yourself the time, money, and frustration that comes from meds, clinic visits, inhalers and nebulizers, and respiratory rehabilitation. That's because Breathe isn't a temporary fix. It addresses the root cause of the mucus nets robbing you of your lung function. For a solution this powerful and liberating, I think we'd all agree that even if we charged $197 a bottle, it would be a total bargain. Who wouldn't pay $197 to finally be free of all that tightness, wheezing, and frustration? That's a no-brainer. But here's the good news. Your investment today won't be anywhere close to $200 for a single bottle of Breathe, because for me, this will never be about making money, even though the pencil pushers told me to charge $350 for a single bottle. Ever since I started the clinic here in Kentucky, it's always been about making breathing easy again. It's always been about helping people like David be there for his family. It's always been about making sure children like Cynthia's never have to cry because they miss their mom because mucus nets took her too soon. If Cynthia had this solution, she'd be with her children right now. That's why I love watching people go from feeling fearful and frustrated to feeling free and alive again. I love helping release people from the fear that they'll end up on a ventilator or leave their loved ones too soon. That's That's why I've worked tirelessly to offer this solution for less than $1.63 a day. That's less than most people's daily coffee habit. But that's all it takes to say goodbye to breathing struggles forever. The specially discounted bundle I created is only available today on this private website and is only offered to a limited number of people every day. So if you're seeing this, you're one of the lucky ones who qualifies for the biggest discount we've ever offered. And it's all because I know what a massive difference this is going to make for you and your loved ones. And get this, your investment for the 6-bottle bundle of this lung-clearing breakthrough is only $49 per bottle. Based on my research, a 6-month supply is the perfect quantity to finally regain full lung function. You'll be clearing out all those mucus nets. You'll be filling every cell in your body with a fresh supply of oxygen and eliminating all that coughing and constricted breathing for good. So click the big yellow button below right now to get the 6-bottle package for your biggest savings. Plus, when you choose the 6-bottle bundle today, you risk absolutely nothing. That's because I want you to be 100% sure that the Breathe Breakthrough is right for you. We offer every single person a 90-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. That's how confident I am that this can help make breathing easy again. That means you get an entire 90 days to test drive this breath-restoring solution for yourself. You're either 100% thrilled with your results, or you get your money back. It's that simple. If you find any reason you're not in love with your results, simply contact our friendly US-based support staff at support@herbalteatherapy.com. You don't even have to send back the bottles. Keep them as a thank you for giving it a try. That's how my dad taught me business should be. Either you love it or you won't pay a single red cent. That is how confident I am that Breathe will work for you. Think about it. Since you're covered by my 90-day no-hassle money-back guarantee, it just makes sense to get the 6-bottle option and take advantage of this massive limited-time discount. It really is the smart move. You're protected either way. If you're like the 63,976 happy men and women who've already fallen in love with this breakthrough, you'll have the peace of mind knowing you secured our lowest price of just $49 per bottle. Again, if Breathe doesn't do everything I've claimed, simply ask for a refund and you've lost nothing. No matter what happens, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And when you choose the 6-bottle option today, I'm going to throw in 4 amazing bonuses worth $1,317.90 absolutely free. These are resources I've developed in my 20+ years of clinical work here in Kentucky. You're going to love how they work hand in hand with Breathe. Bonus number 1 is the 21-day lung solution program, a $679 value. As a licensed respiratory therapist, I created this exclusive 21-day coaching program to share little-known breathing techniques that provide real relief. These are the same strategies and protocols I use every day. In the past, you'd need a doctor's referral just to come to a clinic like mine, and you'd be forced to pay thousands of dollars out of pocket. However, after seeing thousands of patients, I felt compelled to share these techniques so people could use them at home to breathe better fast. I poured my knowledge into creating this 21-day program just for you. Here's just a taste of what you'll discover. How an age-old breathing technique trusted by generations of yogis puts you back in control when shortness of breath strikes. Master it in just a few weeks and enjoy a lifetime of effortless deep breathing. 5 scientifically proven techniques that can skyrocket your lung capacity. And the best part, they take less than 3 minutes per day. Add these easy-to-follow strategies to your daily routine and boost your breathing by up to 50% in just a few weeks. And what never to do when you're gasping for air. It's not what you think. Uncover the 3 most common yet potentially harmful mistakes that people often make when they can't catch their breath. Avoiding these pitfalls can dramatically decrease episodes of breathlessness and fatigue within weeks. Learn the right way to manage your symptoms and breathe easier even during the worst coughing fits. Everything in this $679 program helps stabilize breathing, clear mucus fast, and find relief starting on day 1. These are proven techniques I wish I could share with every patient I see. Now you'll have access to all of my best tips and secrets in one place. And that's not all. You see, when you claim the discounted 6-bottle package, not only will you receive the full 21-day lung solution program worth $679, but I've also gone ahead and authorized your access to 7 additional courses, including the Breathe Easy Footprint, your nutrition guide to optimal respiratory health, valued at $67. This comprehensive guide is a roadmap to peak respiratory health, brimming with scientifically backed nutritional guidance tailored specifically to enhance your breathing. The next bonus course is Clear Away Cuisine, your anti-mucus diet plan to breathing freely, valued at $77. Inside, I share some of my best dietary approaches to lung health, like the common citrus fruit that can reduce mucus production by over 58% in just 48 hours. Next is Breathe Deep, daily lung exercises for enhanced breathing and health, valued at $37. This is more than just a course. It's a ticket to improve improved lung health and effortless breathing, followed by Revitalize and Breathe, the 7-day herbal tea lung detox valued at $17. This isn't just a detox, it's a breath-reviving journey through tea. This 7-day detox is a pathway to refreshed, rejuvenated lungs and a life of deeper and more effortless breathing. The next bonus course is Breath Unbound, Postural Drainage Home Program, valued at $27. Inside, I share powerful techniques that effortlessly loosen phlegm, making it easy to clear out. Plus, the often overlooked positions that use gravity to drain even the most stubborn, deeply embedded mucus lodged in your lungs. Next up, Inhale Life, the Viral Recovery Series, valued at $47. Inside, I share simple techniques that can triple lung capacity, including the 7 critical steps to ensuring full lung recovery after any type of infection. And the final bonus course is Peaceful Pulse, the Anxiety Relief Course, valued at $47. A collection of natural remedies that ease anxiety and reduce worry, plus tips to promote restful sleep, conquer fatigue, and improve focus. Combined, these resources hold a total value of $998. But you can gain immediate access to all of them absolutely free when you select the discounted 6-bottle package below right now. And that's just bonus number 1. Now, for bonus number 2, I have something really special for you. You see, only someone else who's gone through something similar can understand the terror that comes with your struggle to breathe. So, after listening to many of our first-time customers, we decided to set up an online community for people with respiratory issues. This private support community is already the biggest of its kind. Not only will you make amazing friends, but you'll also get answers to any of your questions and worries 24/7. This online community is a real game changer for people struggling with these debilitating issues and the loved ones who care for them. After all, living with breathing and lung problems can be very isolating, and it's hard to find anyone who can understand the constant stress you're under or the burden you feel on your close friends and family. This community is a place where you can connect with people who know exactly what you're going through. That's why when you grab your discounted 3-month or 6-month supply of Breathe, you'll also gain instant and 24/7 access to connect with thousands upon thousands of other folks from all over the world. Folks who understand the challenges of living with respiratory conditions. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to share your experiences, ask questions, and receive support from a community that cares. So go ahead and select the 6-bottle package below for maximum savings and to lock in your bonuses. Now, here's exactly why you need to join this life-changing community. Imagine it's 3:11 a.m. and your partner and kids are asleep. You've just received your supply of Breathe, so it hasn't kicked in yet. But as you struggle to sleep because of your breathing issues, you grab your phone or laptop, log into the free online group, and instantly a community of thousands of folks jump in to help you out with tips you never knew about. You'll never feel alone again. And I guarantee that you'll feel seen and heard. This online community of thousands of people just like you will be with you 24/7, guiding you from A to Z in your journey to recovery. But if a 24/7 supportive community and online family isn't enough for you, you'll also receive a wealth of cutting-edge information and resources on lung health from leading experts on the subject. From the most groundbreaking scientific studies to practical daily tips on how to take back control over your health and happiness. And you should know, this lung support group is more than just an online community. It's also a global movement to spread awareness of breathing issues and ensure your kids, your grandkids, and millions of others never go through the breathing nightmare you've been through. It would be our worst nightmare to hear or see our loved ones going through this same hell. So it should bring a smile to your face knowing that you're part of a movement to change the world and stop this epidemic of breathing problems once and for all. This way, your suffering will not be in vain, and it will help change the lives and prevent the needless suffering of people just like you. It's amazing. Imagine not having to go through this alone anymore. Being able to talk to anyone at any time of the day about your lung healing journey. What a relief that would be, right? And the best part, you get free, instant access to this amazing community of people just like you, a $200 value, when you claim your discounted 6-month supply below. Now, the value of just the first 2 bonuses alone is $1,198, but I'm not even close to being done because you'll also receive the Breathing and Exercise Techniques to Improve Lung Capacity ebook, a $59.95 value, but yours 100% free today only when you stock up on the 6-bottle package below. In this exclusive bonus ebook, you'll uncover the secret to kickstarting your Breathe journey with 5 zero-effort yet highly effective breathing exercises that swiftly clear mucus buildup and open airways in as little as 3 nights, even when you're feeling exhausted and completely out of breath. Why top doctors highly recommend these techniques to patients who want to stop frightening episodes of breathlessness from spiraling out of control. What never to do when you're struggling to breathe. Learn how to regain control of your breathing anytime, anywhere, even while in your car, with these 100% safe and astonishingly effective strategies to combat lung issues. All that and more. The next bonus you'll receive for free today is the 7-Day Lung Detox Tea Recipe Book, another $59.95 value, but completely free when you select the 6-bottle package below now. In this exclusive guide, we will reveal the secret combination of herbs and teas you've never heard about that dissolve mucus and blockages and give your lungs a new lease on life. A must-try for smokers, city dwellers, and athletes looking to unleash their untapped potential. An astonishing step-by-step hack that floods your lungs with essential vitamins and minerals, letting you enjoy deeper breaths and freeing you to live an active and independent life once more. Plus, so much more. These 2 highly sought-after bonuses will help you remove blockages and phlegm, deepen and relax your breathing, increase your lung circulation, and nourish your damaged lungs. Plus, when you add them to the 21-Day Lung Solution Program, valued at $998, and the Breathe Community Access, valued at $200, it brings the total value of all 4 bonuses to $1,317.90. And it's all yours for free simply by ordering the 6-month supply of Breathe right now. You get immediate access to all of them via email after your order. And remember, the heavily discounted 6-bottle package even comes with free shipping. This exclusive deal is not available on Amazon or anywhere else. The only way to get Breathe for this fantastic price is right here on this page. And don't worry, our specially designed bottles will keep Breathe fresh for at least 2 years in your cabinet, so you can feel confident stocking up for maximum savings and relief. And that's not all, because when you order the discounted 6-month bundle, you also qualify for free expedited and insured shipping. That's an additional savings of $19.95. Just keep in mind that this special discount, the bonuses, and the free shipping are limited. Once we've sold out of Breathe, it can take up to 6 months to manufacture a new batch. If you didn't already know, the supply chain is still very topsy-turvy. So click on the 6-bottle bundle or any option below this video right now to secure your order. This is truly one of the most crucial investments you'll ever make. Do it for your family. Do it for yourself. Restore your full lung function both now and for years to come. So, considering everything we've covered here today, you're probably chomping at the bit to try this formula for yourself. All you have to do to claim your exclusive discount is to click the big yellow button below this video. Choose the 6-month supply or whatever bundle makes the most sense to you. Once you've chosen your package, here's what'll happen next. You'll get forwarded to our secure order page where you can fill out your shipping and payment information. We use the same industry-leading 256-bit encryption technology that e-commerce titans like Amazon use, so you can rest easy knowing your information is 100% safe and secure. Once you finish, you'll be forwarded to our confirmation page where you can confirm everything you're getting with your order today. Before we go any further, I must warn you how we sometimes experience temporary out-of-stock situations. Of course, we're working like crazy to avoid this, but that's just the cold, hard reality of offering a product like this, where so many people place large orders all at once and where the supply chain gets backed up so often. But as long as you don't see the out of stock sign on this page, you don't have to worry. That means we still have plenty of bottles of Breathe in stock to fill your order. But I felt like you deserve to know that there's no telling when we might run out of stock next. And I never want you to experience the frustration where you start experiencing the relief you've been praying for only to come back in 30 days and see that we're totally out of stock. That would be demoralizing. Think of it as one more reason why the 6-month bundle is our most popular. Not only will you be breathing easy for a full 6 months, but you'll also have plenty of time to place a repeat order when you choose to. So just go ahead and select the 6-bottle bundle right now, or choose whatever package works best for you. Just remember, your 6-bottle bundle comes with $1,317.90 worth of free gifts and a 90-day guarantee. So you have nothing to lose except all that breathing struggle. So right now, you're standing at a crossroads, which means it's decision time. Think about all the scientific research we've talked about here today. Think about the mountain of clinical trials behind this groundbreaking breathing solution. Think about all the inspiring stories of everyday men and women just like you. Thousands have experienced the amazing transformation you've been praying for, and all it takes is a few seconds a day. I've gone to the nth degree to make this decision a complete no-brainer. Getting your hands on the 6-bottle bundle right right now is simply the smartest move. But whether you choose a 6-month supply or any of the other packages below, you're 100% protected by our 90-day unconditional money-back guarantee. You won't get that kind of guarantee from a prescription, a clinic, or a nebulizer. That's why you should choose the path that makes breathing easy again. Only you can take that first step. If you're feeling a little skeptical because you've been let down before, I get it. I'm encouraging you to not let that hold you back from experiencing sweet relief because, like I've mentioned, you're 100% safe and protected. There is zero risk for you in this unless you choose to take the other path. Just think about that other path for a minute. It's filled with the countless failed solutions you've tried in the past, all the ones that left you high and dry, all the ones that leave you filled with frustration, exhaustion, and hopelessness. I know, because I've seen it countless times. But today, you have something that's proven effective, and it's yours for the asking. Of course, you could choose to exit this page right now. Even after everything I shared with you, there'd be no hard feelings, but there'd also be no change in your breathing. You'll just end up back on that merry-go-round of wheezing, coughing, and constricted breathing. Those mucus nets will continue to choke out your oxygen. You'll still be haunted by the fear of waking up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, desperately gasping for air. You'll still be haunted by how it's hurting all your relationships. You'll still be haunted by how disappointed your loved ones are that you can't do the things that bring the family together, like playing in the yard or going for hikes or playing in the pool on a hot summer day. You'll still be haunted by the panic of trying to catch your breath when all you want to do is live your life. I think we can agree that's no way to live. That's why I've worked so hard to offer you this lifeline. Think about it this way. You don't even have to say yes or no right now. Just try saying maybe right here, right now. My 90-day guarantee allows you to say maybe and try it out before you even decide. Imagine living your best life, full of life, vitality, and energy. Imagine restored lung function. Imagine deep, clear breaths becoming so standard you forget how bad it used to be. Imagine never having mucus nets choke out your breath again, or having to lug those oxygen tanks around, take all those medications, or use complicated breathing devices. All of this could be yours in a few short moments. Simply choose the path of relief and freedom. Look, this choice is all yours. I hope and pray you make the right choice so your breathing problems can be gone for good. Simply claim your supply of Breathe right now. Select the 6-bottle bundle below for the most savings and the biggest discount. Free worldwide shipping, plus your 4 additional bonuses worth over $1,000. We'll rush it straight to your door. Remember, you're always protected by our 90-day satisfaction guarantee, so there's really nothing to lose. Experience what it's like to live freely. Participate fully in all of life's activities without the constant worry about your breathing. That's the life you deserve, and you can start living it today when you claim your supply of Breathe. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless. Hey, if you're still here, you might have some questions. Ever since we've released Breathe, I constantly get emails asking questions. So I'm going to take a few moments and respond to the most frequently asked questions while you're finalizing your decision. The first question comes in from Jack Corver in Milwaukee. Hi, Elizabeth. How exactly does Breathe work, and why is it different than prescription and OTC solutions? Unlike traditional breathing solutions that are Band-Aids for symptoms, Breathe addresses the root cause of breathing issues, mucus nets. It's different because it's chock full of scientifically researched ingredients that get you the results you want, need, and deserve. It's made from 100% natural ingredients, so it's not only effective, it's also safe and easy to take. Plus, you're covered by our 90-day money-back guarantee, so you really have everything to gain and nothing to lose by saying yes today. Helen McKenzie writes from Tampa Bay, Florida. Is it too late for me? I've been a smoker for 40 years. Helen, thanks for your honest question. And honestly, it's why I get so excited about Breathe, because Breathe is helping change the lives of countless men and women, even if you've smoked for 40 years, even if you've struggled with asthma, allergies, COPD, or long COVID. Breathe goes to work right away healing the mucus nets that have been sabotaging your breathing. In the past, people were spending thousands of dollars on respiratory rehabilitation or forced to carry around oxygen tanks. Breathe couldn't be easier to use. Just take 1 to 2 droppers full per day. In no time at all, you'll be breathing easy again because Breathe has healed all those mucus nets. Troy Grant from Tacoma, Washington wrote, even though it's worked for lots of other people, what if it doesn't work for me? Thanks for the question, Troy. It can be discouraging to try everything under the sun with no results to speak of. That's why I'm so excited about Breathe. It's working for hundreds of my patients here in Kentucky and thousands worldwide. It just flat out works. But if for some reason it doesn't work for you, you're 100% covered by my 90-day money-back guarantee. You won't get that from your local pharmacy or clinic. That's why you should just say maybe right now with a 6-bottle bundle and give it a try. You have nothing to lose except those breathing struggles that have frustrated you for far too long. long. So select the 6-bottle bundle on this page right now before we sell out of our current batch. Next question comes from Martha Miller in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Elizabeth, how many bottles do you recommend? I always recommend the 6-bottle bundle for the best results and to make sure you protect your lungs for the long term, especially if you've ever smoked or lived with a smoker, and especially if you have asthma, COPD, or have constantly bad air quality. With a 90-day guarantee, you have nothing to worry about. If you're not happy with the results, you get every penny back. I'm happy to shoulder all the risk today. Go ahead and select the 6-bottle bundle or whichever option is best for you. Do that now before we run out of stock due to demand. One last question comes from Roxanne Gilbert from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. What happens after I click the button to choose my package? Worried about scams. Hi, Roxanne. I understand your concern. First, you'll be forwarded to our 100% secure and encrypted order form. We use the same industry-leading encryption technology used by Amazon and the FBI, so your information is 100% safe. Plus, we never ever share your information. Plus, we have over 5,000 verified 5-star reviews. So I'm here to say you can rest easy that you're risking nothing here today. I'm so confident that you'll experience the results you want, need, and deserve. I'm so confident that Breathe will work better than anything you've ever tried before, that I'm giving you a 90-day, no questions asked, 100% money-back guarantee. That makes getting started an absolute no-brainer for you. Here's how it works. If Breathe doesn't turn out to be the best product you've ever gotten for your lungs, or if you change your mind for any reason whatsoever, just let us know and we'll refund you the purchase price right away. You have 90 days to decide if Breathe is right for you. There's simply zero risk on your part. Our US-based support team is very easy to get a hold of. So your only risk is the regret you'll have if you keep missing out on all life has to offer because your breath is holding you back. Take control of your breath right now. You and your family have everything to gain by giving this a test drive. So choose your bundle below right now and give yourself the gift of easy breathing and improved health 100% risk-free today.